Yeah, good morning. Saturday morning. Now, this one, I wanted to talk you through this one. I got a phone call last night, Friday evening, about 5:30, from it was Gary Peer. They're a very prominent agent across the sort of Bayside, St Kilda, Balaclava kind of area, and they've kind of pushed down into the Bentleigh locations as well. Very prominent, very good agency, and yeah, I get a lot of phone calls with properties that are not on the market, right? And this is a fine example. And the reason for this video is because I'm hearing so much doom and gloom across the news and social media at the moment. And I got to be honest, I don't think the market is as bad as everybody's saying. And this really gives you a lot of insight into what I'm seeing, right? What's now, I'm going to show you what a villa unit is to start with. That's a villa unit. 1960s, 1970s, they're kind of plain Jane. They look a bit like a retirement place, and that's actually what they were built for predominantly originally back in the day. But subsequently, what they do today is represent like amazing lifestyle. You know, it's a standalone home, but it doesn't have the price tag of a house, let's say, but obviously more expensive than an apartment. But this one here, 2 beds, 2 off-street parking spots, in a really fine location, nice and quiet, good condition, excellent. What's fascinating about this one is this one sold in, when did it sell? I think it was March 25. March 25 for 740,000, right? It's being offered off market at 850. I see value 820, 830 at a push. It will rent for 650 to 675 a week easily. It would rent very, very quickly. Very, very popular, these properties. Now, that represents about a 4.3-ish% gross yield, which for villa units is standout. It's really, really, really solid. So I see a lot of value on the yield side of things, right? Pre-COVID, you couldn't buy a villa unit for 3%. And the reason why the yield's a little bit lower in comparison to some of the yields that I'm seeing in the apartment space is that with this type of property, we're seeing a lot of appreciation, all right? Easily kind of that 5.5 to 6% on the average per year. All right, so again, a lot more than apartments. So interesting kind of debate to be had there is what's better. You know, depends on your circumstances. But on this one here, look at this. And this is where this is the confusion, right? Is because I'm into some data here. 2-bedroom houses in the past 12 months in Bentleigh East are down 13.6%. Right? There's the numbers. And then when we come down here for apartments, a 2-bedroom apartment in Bentleigh East is actually up 7.1%. Now, this is where I think there's a lot of confusion between data and reality, right? Because let's just go back to real numbers, because like I said, this one sold a year ago, and the market March 25 was okay. It wasn't nothing special. It was Q3, Q4 where the market was a lot stronger. And so I'm saying, like I said, already said, I'm seeing value kind of that low 8s. And so that represents kind of like a 10, 12% appreciation in the last 12-ish months. Yet the data's saying anywhere between kind of like a 12, 13% reduction. And so something's not aligning here, because this property here, like I'm going to this, I know there's a few other people that are going to be there as well. It's going to be fairly competitive. And so, yeah, I think it's, like I said, I just wanted to give you something, a little bit longer video this morning, because I just wanted to give you something to think about. Especially because, I know a lot of people that are going to be watching this video are interstate, and they're going through this process of looking at the data, looking at the reports, listening to the media, and, almost getting scared away from the market. But I'm just seeing nothing but stability within, as long as you're buying the right type of property, we're just seeing, a real good buying opportunity, especially supported by that strong yield. And because ultimately, and coming into, this villa space here, I have never seen yields of 4.5% on villa units. And so subsequently, at some point soon, over the next year, 2, 3 years, is that I think that's the opportunity. Is the growth is going to catch up to pull that yield back into the long-term normal. All right. So yeah, cool. Look, hope this helps. If give me a thumbs up if you listen to this and it's useful. Always happy to get feedback. If there's any subjects that you want me to cover, then yeah, just send me a message. Just reply to this, and yeah, I'll speak to you in a couple of days or so. Have a nice weekend, and catch you soon.